Jeff. Sorry. Jeez.
Oh my God!
We couldn't hear at all, and then now we can hear very loudly, guys. So excuse us, technical difficulties.
Oh God, it scared me.
Guys, we haven't been live in a couple weeks, so we're trying to get back in the swing of things.
Did you see
I'm
that?
so sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, we were listening to Mary's story before we were so rudely interrupted.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of the times, here's what I like about the intensive program that I don't think, because, for me,
You've been in different types of programs, or kind of some little bit.
yeah.
So, what did you see different about McShin's versus in somewhere else that you've been at, or is there any difference? Is it the same, or
No,
what?
it's super different.
Do you get to play with chickens with other people?
It's not a garden anywhere.
Nowhere?
No. I mean,
Hi.
okay, so I was talking with my dad about this when my first
I didn't say anything. Just looking.
My first week into treatment here. And it's just the amount that, McShin's staff is willing to go for us, and I think that that's really cool. There's not a lot of confines and restraints, because for me, I think, especially my addiction, it's progressive and it's ever evolving, and it shows itself in different ways and everything. And instead of, trying to do that cookie cutter, one size fits all thing, there's different staff members to talk to that listen, that try and figure out the best way to help in every given situation.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Oh, absolutely, it does.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the main things I always say about us that's different, is that we're not black or white. We do have a little area that we can move around, because we're not regulated, by the, we don't get state funding and stuff like that. So, we don't have, and we have a co-founder, we're a nonprofit organization, but the great thing about it is that we don't have a set of rules that it has to be like this.
Right.
Mary's recovery must be this way. If not, Mary is not going to graduate.
Yeah.
And then I think that if she does something wrong, though, I think, Mary, if you don't do the garden or something, you get 6 more months or something. No phone, right?
Then I have to sleep with the chicken.
Yeah.
To the chicken coop.
Yeah.
But it is great, though, and I think that's one thing that's different with us than a lot. And then it's, of course, the authentic peer-to-peer, where you're getting the people that really care about you, not the people that I care about you because it told me in our article to read, do that. We would what, this much?
Yeah.
I mean, today, okay, so because of my drinking, I never really grew up, so I'm a huge baby.
Right.
No,
Most of us are.
I know,
not me.
Maturity stops when.
But I turned 26 this year, so I'm getting, I know, and so I'm getting kicked off of my parents' insurance.
Yeah.
And I would have sat there and been uninsured for a very long time. But I got, I went ahead and put in an application today because, Jill called me into her office and she was like, we should do this right now.
Yeah, be proactive.
I would have never even thought to do it.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're here for, though. It's to help us do things that you wouldn't be, think of doing before.
Yeah.
A lot of us, some people are sheltered. I remember being in sober living and having to teach some girls how to wash dishes. Just something just that small.
Or making the bed.
Making the bed, yeah.
Washing clothes, that was one. And it always baffled me, but then I have to remember, some people were not raised to know how to do these things or never had to do them, So that we have to,
or just coming straight from an active addiction in the trap house, and that y'all didn't have dishes. We threw our spoons out.
Yeah,
you know
plastic.
What I mean? So, but there is a whole lot of different things that people have to learn, like basic life skills, and that's something small. But it may seem small to us or someone else, but that's big for you, because guess what? I need freaking insurance. What if, God forbid, something happens as soon as my insurance with my parents lapse, then that's something that, and it's good to have people around you that can help you remember little things like that. To me, I had, I'm gonna tell y'all something odd. I don't know where I got into this, but staying in McShin housing had caused me to start washing my sheets in my blanket twice a week.
Really?
And I'm gonna tell you
Twice
the
a week?
before twice a week. Yes. Before then, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, when I was drinking and stuff, I didn't think about that stuff. I fell out. I didn't go to sleep. I fell out.
Yeah.
And but I think I may have washed my sheets maybe once a month back then. But now it's got to a point where I've got to have that little smell. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but as soon as you get in your sheets, you got that little smell of
Yeah.
the comforter, what are they
The
things called?
detergent?
My beads that I use.
Oh, Unstoppables?
Yes,
I
the
love them.
fireworks and Unstoppables.
didn't
Those
know.
are my things.
I love them things.
Oh my God. Anyway,
I
I gotta smell it. Yeah, they're
How about the big ones?
Yeah,
'Cause I use them every day.
it is, and it's like the best thing. I put them in my towels and my sheets and my blanket because I just love the smell. So anyway, that's my whole thing. That's one thing I learned and I took away from, I got trained somehow in that. And then also the making of the bed. Before I never really made my bed because like I said, I fell out into the bed or got carried to bed.
Yeah.
I think that probably happened more.
Yeah,
At
get
least you had
carried.
someone to carry you.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm probably got if y'all knew my old roommate, I probably got dragged by my hair. She's probably like, what? Anyway, but I will not go back to that. That's going to be in therapy one day when I can actually talk about that part of my life. But anyway, so yeah, that's where I got from McShin. Like, that's one of the main things that I got. And then making of the bed. I just now every morning I make it just, and I know not everybody always remembers, but I do because it's like, I watched this motivational video and the guy was talking about, if you just make your bed every morning, it's like you accomplished your first goal of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you're ready for your rest of your days. And I'm like, okay. And I've even tried before to just like, you know what? They ain't got me trained like this. I'll walk out here and I'm not going to make my bed. And I walk back and do it.
It makes the whole room look nicer.
Yes.
And there's something about, I was talking to one of the girls in the house today because I like to keep a clean kitchen. I like to cook.
Oh, yeah.
But so
clean as you cook type thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But our kitchen, you saw it.
I used to live there. What do you mean?
So-
That's my house.
So, but like all of the girls and everything, like I started throwing stuff out that needed to be thrown out.
Mhm.
And
Thank
then
you.
one by one, each girl in the house came and they were like helping to clean the
Yeah,
kitchen. You know what I mean? And
good.
afterwards, it was like nice and sort of neat and clean, but it made the house look better and it made us feel better.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool.
Absolutely. I did that. And, and people don't realize, like, if you just tell one person to do it, people can get a good reaction. But if you show and you do,
you just do it.
yeah,
Like,
everyone else wants to join in. I remember when I took over the house leadership of their house, one thing that really irritated me, and I always think of everything as a new person coming in. Okay. So when I came new into that house, and that was before it was actually a intensive, it was actually sober living.
Mm-hmm.
But when I came new into that house, the first thing that got me was there was nowhere to put my stuff. And and as a new person coming in, you don't want to interfere with anyone. You don't want to bother anyone. Like, am I wrong or not?
Yeah, you don't want to
you don't want to, you don't want to be that person. And so I just stuck my stuff in the bottom somewhere, right? And so when I took over ownership of the house, I went and I cleaned out all the cabinets. And I made like a space for every single person. So someone's name was on it. Sort of like I did at Scott House, Smith House.
Smith House.
Yeah.
That's how it was at Smith House. Everybody had their name labeled in like a spot. And like there would always be an empty spot just in case somebody came in.
Yeah.
So there was like never an issue. That's something like I know is an issue sometimes in the recovery house.
It's a big issue.
So like every time somebody moves and I move them, they're like, is there going to be room for my groceries? I'm like, yeah, there's going to be room. Like if there's not room, we're going to make room.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have room for your groceries. Because I feel like that's always a worry because you have so many people with so many things. But Joyce always did. She organized everything. She labeled it and she always kept it.
It's a big thing of mine because I think of it as like, again, like, and that's what I do. Like when, as an intake coordinator, I do all my intakes. I do everything, just like how I would feel if I walked into somebody's office. And that's partly why I got the candle going to give you a nice, kind of
smoothing experience.
Yeah, it is a smoothing experience. You're not going to get a massage in there, but you will feel at home. I'll probably offer you something to drink. You probably don't want it, but I will offer it. What is it, my sparkling water?
Soda.
Sparkling water.
I have some in the fridge right now. I swear to God.
So anyway, but yeah, and I think that's really important. But like I said, in Chesterfield, that was my first thing, and then I implemented the little bins. Now I've seen that you guys don't use those, but I definitely. You started again?
Mhm.
I honestly, and I think we might look into that, with all the girl houses again, like
Getting what?
the bins.
For
And
what?
so for the refrigerator, what I would have is everyone would have their own bin. And
To organize your stuff in the refrigerator.
yeah, so everybody has their own space, and the amount of refrigerators that it's enough for everyone to have their own
Mhm.
little space. And I think with the bin, it's more accountability where no one's running into eating somebody else's stuff. But
No
to be honest,
confusion on
you've
what
got
is
all
what.
this stuff stuck in the refrigerator. Man, if I seen a candy bar and I really wanted some chocolate that day, that person might be gone. So let me, you know what I mean? But it's honest. That's
Yeah.
what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes you don't eat something because you see it in there because you think it's someone else, and that person, people come and go all the time.
Yeah.
So that was another way to avoid overload in refrigerators, was by having everyone's bin, and then when the person moved out, we would just take their bin out, and either the person takes their food with them, or we dispose of it, or somebody eats it.
Mhm.
Yeah, we made like a house cupboard.
Mhm.
So like, because there was a
Yeah.
ton of
Oh,
like
there's always that. Yeah.
there was a ton of non-perishable
Yeah.
foods.
Oh.
We were like, we're not going to toss.
Is that
these.
underneath that's in the middle one, right?
No,
Underneath the white one.
We put it in it's like right by the where the dishwasher is.
Okay.
and
Okay.
stuff.
It's changed.
Yeah, the house is changing. It's evolving.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's pretty neat.
Yeah, and when I implemented those bins, as God rest her soul, your sister, when she got that bin out and she threw that girl's food out that bin, that's how she knew exactly whose bin to get, because it had the girl's name on it.
My
tell the
dad
story.
so my sister, Lord have mercy. So if anybody knows my sister, you understand exactly how this went. She was a feisty one.
Love her to death.
So she ended up, coming back, and she was moving out. And when she came back, she found out or thought that somebody had stole some of her stuff, like makeup.
Some makeup. She loved her makeup.
Yeah, she was big on makeup, like really, really big.
And she knew all her stuff.
Yeah,
like, okay, this is missing.
Like Bailey Sarian
Yeah.
type stuff. So, anyways, somebody had stole her makeup and some of her clothes, and the girl, I don't know what led to this. She calls my dad, and she's like, "Dad, will you take me to go get my groceries?" This is after she had moved out. She got everything but her food. She was coming back the next day to get her food. So my dad calls me, and he goes, "Your sister needs a ride to go get her groceries. Should I take her?" I'm not taking her. And my dad's like retired military, very like tough love sort type of deal. And I was like, "No, take her to get her food. Like she needs her food.
Mm-hmm.
Take her to go get her food." So he takes her. Savannah then flipped out and went in the house and took this girl's food, like her cheese and stuff. And
Her bin. She had the bin, so she knew exactly who to attack.
And took it out to the street and started dumping everything in the middle of the road. So she stayed there for days.
I would ride over and I'm like, "Oh, there's Savannah's cheese." Well, it's actually Ashley's cheese that she threw out. Look, I still remember the girl's name and everything. But
my dad was so mad.
Oh my God.
I would probably mortified.
Oh man, it was the funniest thing in the world to me when I heard about it. I said, well, at least she didn't take the positives. We look at positives. At least she knew to only get that person's stuff. Yeah, everybody else's stuff was safe. I went home. Yes, the bins. I did. I went home and had a great sandwich.
Oh God.
My stuff was there.
Cheese.
Yes, I did.
That's funny.
So, but yeah, it was funny. But I ran over that cheese for like a week.
She was not happy about that. She was livid. My dad called me so embarrassed.
Yeah, yeah.
He was so mad.
I just heard about it. They called me. I was like, okay, all right, we'll pick up your stuff. And I told the girl, somebody, the girl go pick it up, but she's like, I'm not getting anything that's in the road. I said, it's fine, it's fine. So, but it was funny. But like I said, that's an advantage of the bin thing. And like I said, the organization, I'm actually getting that from, and this is the girls' house, because the girls' house is a lot of times, where we get all cluttered and stuff. But I'm getting that from feedback from the guys' house too. And I'm just thinking of some way to try to implement it everywhere, because I think that would be a big help for everyone.
Yeah. And also, like I've talked to, like when I went to y'all's house last week, I was doing an inspection and I was talking to them. One of the girls, her dresser was her nightstand was a little bit cluttered. And I was like, you need to organize this a little bit. It can't just be everywhere. And So then I told her, I was like, maybe we could talk about getting the shower caddies and stuff. Because I remember we
Yeah.
I did that in Smith as well.
Yeah, we used to have those in Smith. Just because it makes it a lot easier, like your shower stuff, everything that has to do with the bathroom can go in that, and you just pick it up and carry it to and from. And that's also preventing people from like, I know people used to use my shampoo and stuff like that. So you can carry it to and from rather than leaving it in the shower.
Yeah, that was another thing we used over there. We had the thing, and then I would have in the Smith closet, it would be a bin with everyone's name on it too, that they could put their stuff in. I mean, these bins were only $1 from the Dollar Tree, and it made everything so organized, so much easier that. And then also, like, if you wanted to borrow something, you're like, okay, look at my bed, and you'll see it right there. You know what I'm saying? So that way you don't run the risk of using somebody else's stuff. Because that's one thing that, you don't have a lot when you're in recovery and you're starting your program and stuff. So the little stuff you have, you want, like, and it really, sometimes we got to find a reason to get mad. And so it's like, oh, this girl used, and that would be the thing that you're mad about all day. Well, if we can eliminate that one little thing, it's a little, a bin is what's called a barrier. If I go in that person's bin, I know I'm really literally like, I can't say, oh, I didn't know it was yours, right? So it's just a little thing that's a barrier. And I think that's, really important in early recovery, is just to have barriers in our way that would prevent us from doing something that.
Yeah. I think that's something that, like, in the house, we're trying to be more conscious about, because I mean, even just 6 women in the house, like, it gets a little bit, like you said, like, people just picking reasons to get upset, like the phone thing.
That's a whole different.
That's another show, dear.
I know.
We ain't even got time for that.
That phone, it gets ridiculous.
I know.
That's some serious stuff. Phone time?
Phone checking.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's pretty. But I mean, all those things, like what she was talking about, like the bins and like making the bed and organization and stuff like that. That's all stuff like you learn to do so you can carry on when you move out and like on your own. It's all like things that you can take and carry on with you when you move.
Yeah, and it's important to have organization when you're home. I tripped out because I saw a TikTok. Well, I don't go on TikTok, but I seen it on Facebook, a little TikTok thing, and it was like the most organized lady, and she was using bins in her refrigerator, and it made me. I was like, oh yeah, she's using my idea, so maybe I am smart.
I follow people like that on TikTok, and I'll make Jason sit and watch them with me sometimes, or like car detailing video. Oh my god, I love them. But especially like the people
she got hot.
I know
I love them. It's so like satisfying to watch.
Yeah.
But I follow this lady, and she like has bins for everything in like jars, like for the unstoppables. She has like a bin for that, like a jar for that. And she pours them in the detergent. She just pours, and she like it's
the best.
That's the best to watch.
Pinterest boards just full of organizational ideas. Because I'm telling you, it makes life easier. Maybe that's the Virgo in me coming out, but like when I know that X, Y, and Z is where it's supposed to be, my like routine just flows a little bit easier,
And it's really important. I think organization skills is one of the most important things that we have to learn in early recovery if we're not already like that, because you're going to get someone who's coming in that doesn't know about any of it. Yeah. I'm sure you ran across that by now. And stop. And so but it's not our responsibility, so to say, to teach them, but it's maybe our duty as a fellow human being to help someone a little bit.
And especially if you live with them.
Yeah, because they don't know. Some people really honestly do not know,
and it might baffle you that they don't know,
but
behooves you. But
like
that word freaks me out. Behoove.
I used to beware. Beware freaks me out.
Really?
Beware?
Yeah, like, but it's spooky to me. It makes me think of like Sleepy Hollow. I don't
know why when she said that, I just all of a sudden just thought of Keen's Dominion. I want to go.
It makes me think about dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, because beware of dog hair.
Yeah.
No,
but yeah, like I was saying, like sometimes like it might. A lot of times, like some people automatic, like we know how to do those things, right? So when you come across people that don't know how to do those things, sometimes like I know for me early on, like I would be like, they're just lying, like they don't know how to do this.
Yeah, they're just being lazy.
They're being lazy, like they know what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They really genuinely don't. So I feel like it's like you said, not our responsibility, but our duty
Mhm.
as a housemaid or a peer to help guide these people and show them how to be an adult
Yeah.
with things like that,
Well, even like the Just for Today, we were talking about it this morning in morning meditation, about like active listening. And I
Mhm.
kind of shared a little bit about, when you're interacting with these people, it's kind of like a give or take. Like I give you a little bit of like what I know, and you give
Mhm.
me a little bit of what you know. Like these,
Mhm.
like I may know how to do something that they have no clue about,
Mhm.
but they can turn around and show me, or tell
Yeah.
me about
Right.
something that I had no clue about. It's all
Mhm.
about a give or take relationship, and also like practicing compassion and
Mhm.
like kindness
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the house. You know what I mean? And that goes a long way, especially when you're dealing with a lot of different personalities
Personalities.
and a lot of people that came from different pathways of life.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So it's pretty neat.
that's one thing. That's another thing that you learn here is, no judgment, and just being open to people of different backgrounds.
Yeah.
I mean, every day we run across people with different types of backgrounds and everything.
Me and Joyce would have never probably liked each other on the street, but here we are.
I say this all the time. I don't know. I mean, we're from two different types, totally different areas in life, and
Mhm.
but like now this is my home girl. Like everybody's like, we click. Yeah, we
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, I mean, honestly, and to be honest with you, I mean, we probably wouldn't have. We probably wouldn't even seen each other on the street. To
Exactly.
be honest, totally different
Hey, girl,
areas.
I was out in Leesburg sometimes.
Yeah, you not on my side.
No.
I guarantee it. So, but it's different now, and that's what I love it, and it's that I'm learning about people of different walks of life and
Yeah.
learning about different cultures. I mean, things that you didn't know
And
before.
that's something like I had to realize early on too, like we're more alike than different.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh, all of us.
Yeah, so like we come from different backgrounds or whatever the case may be, but like we're here for a reason, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we're way more alike than different when it comes to like
And we all want the same. kind of,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't
It's funny. It's funny that you guys say that because, like, there's a girl in the house that I'm like super close with,
Mhm.
and she's literally 15 years older than me,
Mhm.
but in like completely different backgrounds,
Mhm.
completely different, like maybe even beliefs.
Mhm.
Same. We're still like spiritually like the
Yeah,
same.
alarm, but
Yeah,
Mhm.
but we were riding in the car, and like my music taste is like all over the map.
Mhm.
right.
But there's this one song by G-Eazy, like I Mean It,
Mhm.
and I can rap the whole thing.
Mhm.
And I turn around and she's rapping it too, and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
But it's like it's things like that like I would never have talked to her, probably never would have even
Yeah, but in a situation where y'all would have
Yeah.
had to sit down and talk.
exactly.
Yeah.
But like she's the homie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's cool, right? And that's what I said. It's just, and that teaches you, like when we get out of Miction and we're in the quote unquote real life, that what, let's not have reservations, because us having reservations about this, even talking to this particular person or hanging out with this particular person, may make us lose out on having the best friend of our life.
Yeah.
Someone that's really genuine and stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, and I think that's why I kind of think that the NA and NA traditions and stuff, like I think everyone in the world should do it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Because so
as
much.
I hear this and I've heard this before and I think this a lot. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, they should really work a program. Like
Yeah,
they should do
they-
the 12 step.
Right, because they're the most judgmental people I know.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, just work the
You'd
program.
be
The world
happier.
would be so much better.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And I can say that from just some people that I maybe I will talk about that on a therapy show.
Yeah.
But I've seen that. Oh, there's Christina Davis.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. So, I think a lot of times when I see individuals, like people always have the stigma on people who are using or, in recovery. But what about the stigma on the people that don't, that
Yeah.
have never used and never in recovery, but they still have so much stuff with them because they have so much judgment towards everyone else?
Yeah.
Have y'all ever went on?
Most of the time, I feel like, when people are judgmental like that, I'm just like, whatever, bro, because that's your own stuff.
Yeah, like something inside
Yeah,
that's
it has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, like that's you.
like
that's
people
something you
just want
gotta
to
work
judge
on.
about everything. I mean, sometimes I'll go and I'll read and sort stuff. I'm really not big on social media or anything, but other than posting stuff from us. But I like I read like it was something that someone posted, like one of the news guys, Kurt or something. But anyway, it's just like everyone just had something to say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
everyone's always got something to
why
say.
does it even bother you? Like,
Yeah.
what does it have? What in your life does this affect that you have to come on here and just be so negative to everyone else? You know, like really half the stuff, maybe 80% of the stuff people get upset about has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
It's like no way would it affect your life. You will not eat today because of this. You will not be able to pay this bill because of this situation. But is a lot of people just have a lot of negativity and they just need to find some way to work on the negativity, and therefore tradition.
It has to be exhausting to be
so mean and negative.
That's.
I'm gonna try that tomorrow. So
to be mean?
To do what?
I'm gonna be mean tomorrow.
Well, I'm not coming in tomorrow.
One day. That's
I
it.
won't be here.
It's gonna be a social experiment. I'm just gonna be the meanest, nastiest person tomorrow.
I'm taking my vacation early.
Oh man.
I feel like you would have to actively work to be mean, Joyce. Like you laugh too much.
No.
You couldn't do it.
It wouldn't last long, would it?
No, I mean, even when I'm working a program, and I was talking to somebody about this yesterday too. It was Moses.
Here, Moses.
There
I
he
was
goes.
talking to Moses about it.
Told you.
And he was flipping it around on me. But anyways,
he does that.
I was like, the only thing that I'm responsible for is keeping my side of the street clean.
Yeah.
That's it. You know?
Speaking of Moses.
Oh Lord, that's a deep meditation.
I'm read slow, guys.
Oh.
All right. So Moses is getting the herd after hours tonight at 6:45 for the family group.
Special. This is actually a very special live recording tonight at 6:45 with Moses. And Moses, for you guys who do not know, is our certified substance abuse counselor. And his primary thing, like he's a guru of everything, flip stuff around you, but he's the family, he does our family group every Wednesday at 6:45. So tonight is actually going to be the first night that we're doing a live stream on it, so it's really important. Really want everybody to tune in so you can kind of get an idea of what happens on our family program nights. A lot of people ask what goes on there. They don't know. Well, hey, you get an opportunity tonight to see a live stream, which is super awesome. And then you just get to see some time of Moses on camera.
Moses is interesting. He's a freaking rock
I'm gonna
star.
tell y'all, he's my mentor, man. I'm telling you, he is. I honestly don't think I would. Truthfully, I wouldn't be like he pushed me into doing all this stuff for me. To have worked myself up in here. But he was the one who pushed me, even if I didn't want to. It's like next thing I know, what? Like what? What do you want? That's like how I felt. But eventually it worked. Yeah. Now I'm pushing other people. I guess
what up?
So now I get to do it.
Yeah,
so
sometimes you need it.
It is. I did need it.
Yeah. I mean, like they talk about like fight, flight, or freeze.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of addicts and like alcoholics and stuff, their immediate reaction is to freeze. If they don't know what to do and facing conflict, I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah.
I'm not going to move a muscle. So I need people to push me in the right
direction.
Right.
Right. But to be the genuine. How you said genuine?
Genuine.
Oh, genuine.
not genuine.
Genuine.
Leave me alone. So anyway, that type of someone who's genuine, that really wants the best for you.
Yeah.
Like when he used to mess and pick on me and be in high noon, I know nobody's seen Moses in high noon before me, and he would be there just to say, talk, and I'm like, hi, I'm Joyce. I was told to share, and that's how I would share. But he's like, I don't care what you say, as long as you're sharing. Yeah, and it worked though. It really did. It got me out of and it's actually prepared me for now. Like all these times I have to go to places and talk. Like it's amazing.
Yeah.
Today's what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
And I've already had to do 3 talks, like 3 speeches and stuff in this week. Ooh. And it's only Wednesday.
I can't do all that.
I know. It's crazy.
I can't talk that much.
I don't have that much to say.
Okay. So you guys know, like on Monday, I did the family support group for another organization. They invited me as a guest speaker. and to do their family support group. And I did that on Monday. And I was like, okay, so what do you want me to just talk a little while? She's like, yeah, if you want to talk for 40 minutes, it'll be good. 50, what?
How long did you talk for?
No, I did not. I talked for 25 minutes and I
That's still
talked.
long
I
time.
know. And I was able to talk in the 25 minutes. I told my story, which I really rarely tell my story from the beginning to the end. I told that. I still left out key points. I leave those out. I think that's one day for a good special, like a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
God,
this is going to be
not a pay-per-view.
but yeah, I talked about that, but I talked about the podcast, what we do here and all of this stuff. So I mean it still didn't last. It wasn't long. And then just
I get nervous. Y'all,
doing
it's you can honestly ask Justin. I'm not gonna lie, I try to get out of doing this every week because every week. And I'm not
it's not that bad.
I'm not.
You have such good things to say.
Yeah,
like
she's very
was giving me all this advice in the car the
Yeah.
other day.
Like it's different when I'm one-on-one with somebody, but like in a group setting or like when
we're not. No one's watching us.
But
There's
they will
4
be.
people.
Okay, I know.
It's gonna be going to a lot of people, and that stresses me out. I'm sorry,
It's
guys.
4
You
people. that
said
just got
you said
it on
one-on-one,
I
but
know.
there's literally one more person.
Yeah, but then there's them, and them's a lot of people.
Them is a lot of people.
Them
So
is
it
a lot of
stresses me
people.
out.
But you should, and the thing is, it stresses you out now. But I think the more that you end up doing it,
I'm laughing. My people keep calling me. I'm laughing because I was telling her, and I was like, "It's easy."
yeah.
We.
Yeah, and then she's telling you
I
now how she's
know.
getting stressed
She
out.
was like, it's cool. You just sit there and just talking, whatever.
It really is.
Yeah,
though. It's
lay
like we're
back.
having
You'll
a-
have fun.
Yeah.
And then here I am. Anyways, but I
So
get
you're having a
nervous.
whole meltdown right now.
Oh, God, it's
internally.
been happening a lot this week.
So it's been building up.
I had a whole
building
freak
up.
out moment this morning, but it's fine. Everything
It's okay.
is
It's fine.
great.
It's fine. It's okay. Nothing's wrong.
But yeah, I
Nothing's
get
fine.
nervous when it
Nothing to
comes to
see.
public speaking,
Yeah.
and I don't know if I'll ever be.
You will be.
No,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Don't ever think you cannot do something.
No,
'cause we
I
can
know
do
I
anything we
can
want.
do it,
Yes.
but like whether or not I'm good at doing it is a different
you are
story.
good. You're
It's
awesome.
kind of like what we talked about yesterday.
Tell
when
her.
You think that you, I know, I'll remind you.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like when
That's
you,
why
when you think that you're not good at something
Mm-hmm.
because you're new at it, but
Mhm.
like really you are good. It just takes a little bit of
Yeah.
time to find your footing, to find your
Mhm.
rhythm.
Mhm.
And then once you get that rhythm down, it's like whatever.
Ooh, look at that advice.
I know.
Boom.
She's spitting it
You
back
know what
to
I'm
me.
saying?
I know.
That's it. Yeah, girl.
I
Oh,
listen.
God.
Right, but it is. It's accurate. I mean, in our line of business, we would be doing a disservice to people if we didn't
Mhm.
actually speak.
Yeah.
To be honest, like all that we've gone through and where we end up,
Mhm.
it'd be a disservice if we weren't able to share it with other individuals because you never know who's out there listening, and that's why I ended up doing it. I didn't want to do it Monday, but I did it because I never know if there's a family member who needed something
Mhm.
that didn't know how to go about getting help for their
Yeah.
family member.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, like before I got help, I didn't know how to get help. I didn't
Me
even
either.
know what to do. You
I
know
just
what I'm
how to
saying?
get locked up.
Yeah. Well,
That's
I
all I
never
know
got
how.
locked up. I just got hit
I
all
was
the time.
real good at
I just,
that. What'd you
I just
say?
got
They
thrown
used
in
to hide me
rehab.
all the time when the police came.
I did that one time.
they just get back there.
But,
We got this.
I
You
mean,
just hide.
it's true.
So anyway, but
Like,
yeah.
I always say that, like, I mean, I feel like I've been through hell and back with my
Mhm.
addiction. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very tired.
Yeah.
But, I would hope, like, my one big hope is that I can pass on the experiences that
Yeah.
I have that could maybe curb somebody from getting
Mhm.
to where I'm at in my
Mhm.
addiction,
Right.
or make them feel comfortable and meet them where they're at. If that makes
Mhm.
any sense.
It
Like,
does
hey,
make
I
sense.
know where you've been, and
Yeah.
it's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Hopefully,
It
one
can
day.
get better. It can get better. And
I
it's just showing a possibility.
I kind
Yeah.
of had that conversation. So somebody this morning came into my office, and I mean that was just So that was that, and in the conversation, it kind of became like not really a debate, but like not so much a heated conversation, but like one where like I had to put my foot down, like listen to me, stop
Mhm.
talking. You know what I'm saying? And I got told that I wasn't as much as an addict as that individual was. And I was like, wait.
Qualifying?
I was like, wait, how does this what? I was like, first of all,
There's not
No,
levels to
yeah, there's
it.
not levels to it. But if you think for a second that you're any worse than I am, then or was, because now I'm in recovery, so I'm not like where you're at right now, but I've definitely been there.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And it was crazy. But yeah, so it was a very interesting conversation. But a lot of people, that's something like I think a lot of participants struggle with too, is like realizing that us as staff members are
That's because we clean up nice.
weren't as bad as what they were. Or we don't have like the same disease that they have. Or I honestly forgot what I was saying when I said that, but it was a really good point. So now I'm just veering it.
No, because they do. Like when they look at us, they like the way we talk, maybe the way we dress, or some way, the way we present ourselves. You may not think that I've been where I've been at.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you would not definitely if you had a GoPro behind me when I would boom, 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 boom 5 years ago. It's definitely GoPro. You would need a whole GoPro to follow me. Anyway, so not even a camera. You got to have the thing on your head and you got to be running. So anyway, but and I'll have them test me sometimes. But I remember one time this one guy came in my office and he was alcoholic. He said, "Hi, you don't know alcoholic? You don't know this." And I was like, "Yes, I was." He's like, "I'll tell you what then. If you were such an alcoholic, if you only had $10 in your hand, what would you buy?" And I said it without a doubt. I'm going to have me 2 40s of Mickey's, a 12 ounce of a natural ice, and 4 Lucy's. What do you mean?
Not the 4
We
Lucy's.
drink differently.
Oh yeah, no, I don't drink that sweet stuff, 4 Locos. It was like my stuff was hard.
I would
like
have gotten some bottom shelf Skull, but that's
yeah,
like...
no, I can't do that. But yeah, I was so weird. But like like boom, boom, boom. Like yeah. And how many times did I only have $10 when I woke up in the morning? Unfortunately with me, well, that's a whole nother story again too.
But it's also like a prime example. Like we might clean up nice, but like this is what recovery has like given to us. Is like when you get your
opportunity,
y'all
work
together.
for it.
Yeah, exactly. And
every day.
And
like
that's
it is
what I
a
tried to like explain to the person this morning was like. I was like, I'm not really an addict. Like, what are you trying to say? I'm definitely an addict. But
I work on this every day.
Yeah. So like I had to also like I might not look like one if that's what you're trying to say, or I might not be in the mental state that you're in, but like I had to put in the footwork to get better.
Yeah.
And like nothing's gonna change unless you change it. So like I had to explain to him, like put in the footwork, and I just cussed you guys. Put in the footwork and like things will change. Like you don't need hypnosis or whatever.
Yeah. You just gotta put in the work.
It's almost like for me, I know when when I'm getting sober again and like I'm like detox and I'm coming off it, I'm still having those obsessive thoughts. And I see, other addicts who have years of clean time, who are happy and laughing. I'm sitting there and I'm like jealous.
Yeah, like how? Why are you like that?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, will you quit? Like, be as miserable. Like, you can't possibly have felt what I felt because you're not as miserable as I am, kind of thing. But that's just the self-pity and also the ego because I'm, we're not special.
Yeah. I mean, definitely the happiness that we have. And that's what I always hear. People's like, you're always laughing. You're always smiling and stuff. But if you knew where I came from, you'd be smiling too.
And it's like, we were so unhappy for so long. Like now you want to take in that good, like, you're going to embrace that. Like we live different lifestyles than what we lived before. And like, we have completely different lives than we did before. So like, yeah, we're happy. Like we came from the gutter and now we're here.
What? Came from the gutter and now I'm here. Anyway, so guess what? Y'all, so we had a wonderful time this evening or this afternoon at 2:00 to the time now.
No, I'm not gonna be here.
So she's going on vacation next week.
I'm going on vacation next week. So
Whew. But anyway, so let's end up with our closing remarks. So guys, it's been 2 weeks and we haven't had any. So my closing remark to you is that it is possible, and just keep on thugging it.
Oh.
Mary, your turn.
I took yours. You did
I
too.
hate you. Oh, you did. I'm over here obsessing about what I'm saying.
I didn't even know. You didn't tell me how to do closing remarks.
Because I forget every freaking meeting.
It's just something that Joyce does. Just boom, say something inspirational like, if I can do it, you can do it. Or I'm Mary.
It gets easier. You got to do it every day.
Yes.
But it gets easier.
Yes.
Doing it every day is the hard part.
Ooh, I like that.
This is wild. She does this to me. I really like.
Say it.
The same thing. I can do that. Yeah, thug it out.
We love you guys. Thanks for watching us.
Thanks for watching.
Woo!
Here at McShin, we believe in the McShin way, which is authentic recovery support service providers, people with lived experience bringing that experience to those who need that lived experience in recovery.
Here at McShin, we believe in many things to support our mission. We believe in women empowerment.
What I love most about what we believe here at McShin is we believe in the authenticity of the peer-to-peer approach.
Here at the McShin Foundation, we believe in giving people opportunity.
Here at McShin, we believe in the inherent worth and dignity of every person.
At the McShin Foundation, we believe in helping people reach their full potential.
Here at the McShin Foundation, we believe in multiple pathways to recovery.
Here at McShin, we believe in placing principles before personalities to help spread hope.
Here at McShin, we believe that recovery is possible and that any person seeking recovery can become a more acceptable, responsible, and productive member of society.
Here at the McShin Foundation, we believe in self-discovery.
Here at McShin, we believe in saving lives and offering second chances.
Here at McShin, we believe you can do this.
Here at McShin Foundation, we believe that we can only keep what we have by giving it away, which is why we continue to help others like us seek and find recovery.